Apfeltorte. Mache eine warme Butterteig, wie von vorne beschrieben. Schneide Bornzucker oder andere Apfel.
Welcome to Historic Bethabara Park. This afternoon we are going to be making an apple pie. I'm going to start with 2 cups of flour. All right, and then to the 2 cups of flour, we are going to add unsalted butter, cut into small pieces. We'll use our hands to break that up and combine with the flour, and add a little bit of water until it forms a nice ball of dough. So today apples are in season, so we can use some fresh apples that are being peeled for the pies. But if it's later in the season and there aren't fresh apples available, you could use dry apples to make your apple pie. You simply need to cover them with water and let them stand overnight to rehydrate so that they're ready to go in the pie the next day. So after you've formed your dough into a nice ball, we are going to put a little flour out on the table so that we don't stick. And we're going to roll out our dough so that we can cover the pie pan. After you have your dough rolled out, you're going to take some butter, butter your pie plate so that it does not stick. All right. After you've buttered the pie plate, you're going to take your nice thinly rolled dough and put it into your pie dish. And you can trim your edges. And then you're ready to start filling. All right, so now we're gonna fill our pie. We'll start with just a sprinkle of brown sugar on the bottom. Then we're going to add in a layer of apples. For German apple pie, on top of that, we're going to add some nutmeg. And cinnamon. And add a little bit of lemon zest. And top that off with a little bit more sugar. And then onto another layer of apples, and we'll keep with that until the pie is full. You can also add raisins into your pie for a German style apple pie. So after you're finished peeling the apples, you can take the peelings that are left, add them to a pan, add some water, and then simmer them until they're reduced so that you have juice for the pie. All right, next we're going to roll out the top dough for our pie crust. All right. Okay. Before we put the top crust on, we're going to need to add egg wash. So we're going to crack our egg into the bowl. And then brush just a little onto the outside edge of your bottom crust. Now we are going to add the reduction from the apple peels that we had simmering on the fire into our pie. We're going to roll our top crust across the bottom. And now we're going to pinch down the edges of the upper pie crust. All right, and then we will add egg wash to the top of the whole pie. So for a lot of the time, Moravians did not decorate their pies, but if you were putting many pies into an oven at the same time, you wanted to be able to know what was in it when it came out. So we're going to add some decoration to the top of our apple pie. I'm going to start with rolling out the last little bit of our extra dough. And then we're going to shape it into some leaves. So we're going to use a small leaf-shaped cutter to cut leaves out to decorate the top of the pie. So we can add some more decoration to the leaves. With my last bit of dough, I'm going to make the shape of an apple to go in the middle of our pie, and then I will add the decorations to the top of the pie, and after that it is ready to go in the oven for baking. So we're going to cut vents into the top crust. And after this and the decorations are finished, the pie will be ready to go into the oven for baking. For the next step, we are ready to bake our pie. We're going to bake it in a slow or low temperature oven around 300, 375. So for the Moravians, they had two options for baking, either a Dutch oven or an inbuilt oven like this one here. For the inbuilt oven, you would have built your fire. It would be nice and warm. You would stack all your pies in, let them bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. For a Dutch oven, we would put hot coals out on the hearth, add a trivet into the bottom of our Dutch oven. That's going to keep the plate that the pie is in from breaking with the heat. It's also going to make sure that the heat from the fire is evenly distributed and not all concentrated on the bottom of the pie. After we put the Dutch oven on to get warm, we put in our pie, put the lid on top, and then add hot coals onto the lid and let it bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. Our pie is all finished, so we're going to take it out of the oven. Now, after all that work, we're ready to eat the pie.